Hey y'all, Trent back here again. First of all, I just want to say I'm sorry that the video quality might be a little off, or it might be really good. You never know. But it's already looking pretty good, so I'm not really complaining so far. But it's probably because I waited so late to film this video, but also it is extremely cold outside. When I say it's cold outside, it's a good 30-something degrees. When I say 30-something, it's a good 30-something degrees, and I mean that. It's a good 30-something degrees. So I'm going to try to wrap this up pretty quick. But I want to talk about something that I'm surprised I haven't even talked about before. But I thought about it. I said, you know what, this is actually not a bad topic. And what is that? I want to talk about the golden rule. Now, the golden rule is actually something, if you don't know, originated from the Bible, specifically Matthew 7:12. And I'll try to update that into the description. By the way, I'm sorry I still haven't filled out my descriptions, but when I get the chance, I'm going to fill out my descriptions. Also, if you haven't noticed, I have been responding to a lot more comments now. And it's still going to take me some, time just to respond to comments, update my section for my descriptions. Because, look, I'm going to be honest with you, it's been a while since I did some descriptions. So, the reason why I want to talk about the golden rule is because the golden rule is something that you should always remember. Now, the golden rule essentially is just about treating others how you want to be treated. It's that simple. Now, the reason why the golden rule is so important and why you should actually live by the golden rule is because if you really want to be successful, and in learning how to cooperate with people, learning how to just be with other people, how to treat other people, you always have to envision yourself in their situation. So imagine if you're talking to this person, you have to talk to them as almost as if you were talking to yourself. So you're essentially treating them like how you would want to be treated. So it's overall a very simple concept to grasp, but when you actually get to put that concept into use, you finally get to understand what I mean. Because there are certain situations where also you have to even put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You look back at To Kill a Mockingbird, Atticus Finch. That was one of his main quotes. He's like, just imagine yourself in that person's shoes. And that's the same thing as saying, just imagine if you had that person's life instead of the life that you own right now. And so, even that idea does contribute to this idea of the golden rule, because the golden rule requires you to treat other people how you want to be treated. And overall, sometimes when you actually think about it, the golden rule may not really sound that good, because say you want to be treated real rough, well, that means that most likely you're going to treat another person rough just like you want to be treated. But, I think if you see and if you think that you want to be treated rough, you want to be treated all negatively, I think that says a lot, and not really good stuff. That says kind of bad stuff, If you want to be treated rough, if you want to be treated all tough, you want to be treated all negatively, that doesn't really insinuate that you have a lot of positive feelings about yourself. Not only that, it feels like you're not very happy about yourself and you don't feel good about yourself, because you're wishing that more bad things would happen to you than good things. And that's why the golden rule, to a certain extent, the way that you have to think about it, it kind of makes you, it kind of has some you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's one of those concepts that to a certain extent sounds really good, but then you have to break it down. And that's what I'm doing right now. Because I'll admit, there have been certain situations with me where, I definitely didn't appreciate the way that I was treated. As a result, I just continue to treat that person the way that I want to be treated, because I know it's going to be a lot better in the long run, and I'm doing the right thing, and they're not. And that's the thing. The golden rule is also a concept that involves you really just doing the right thing. Not necessarily doing the wrong thing, but to a certain extent, that kind of even goes back to my other example of, if you want to be treated rough, you're going to treat somebody else rough, which to a certain extent is kind of bad. And that's why, when you just logically think about this in life, you want the best for you. All right? You want the best for yourself. You don't want the worst for yourself. You usually want the best for you. Remember what Trey Songz says in one of his songs? I only want the best. Excuse me, I can't sing today. Only want the best for you. I don't know. I think this weather's affecting me. However, that's the thing. You want the best of yourself in life. And so if you're really thinking about the golden rule, you would essentially want the best to happen to you. You would want somebody to treat you in a positive way, not a negative way. You don't want to be yelled at. You don't want to be cursed at. You don't want to be disrespected. That's what I'm saying. It's all in all, the golden rule involves you essentially getting that good, best treatment. I know good and best kind of sounded weird when I said that, but essentially what I'm saying is, really in life, you want the best treatment. You want what's best for you, but also that also relates in wanting what's best for others. And that's why the golden rule is such a selfless thing, because it really involves you treating people like you would want to be treated. To a certain extent, it seems selfish, but at the same time, it is kind of selfless. Because you're treating somebody how you want to be treated. It really is allowing you to be able to just go about it in the best way possible. Because if you're not treating somebody the way that you don't want to be treated, well, it's kind of bad. Because you can't just go around treating other people differently. You have to treat everyone the same in a sense. When you kind of break it down and really think about it in reality, that's the other thing about life. We sometimes think, oh, we should treat this person differently from this person. You know, that's like a teacher. A teacher is really not supposed to have favorite students. They're not supposed to show favoritism. And so that teacher is supposed to just be able to treat everyone the same. And that's why this also relates to this idea of treating everyone a certain way, or treating everyone how you want to be treated. So instead of treating this person in this bad way, or this good way, this in-between way, this neutral way, it just makes the most sense to treat them in the best way possible. But not only that, when it comes to everybody who you interact with, it's best to treat them all the same and how you would want to be treated. And like I said, when you treat people how you want to be treated, it only leads to positive effects. But, you know, hey, even if something negative may come out of it, you can still grow from that negative. But it'll sure more back here again. Make sure you treat others how you want to be treated. I'll see you all later. Peace. And by the way, it's going to take me a while to turn this camera off because my hands have been freezing. So, yeah, now this is my peace out. So, peace.